All right, let's go ahead and learn about the Pythagorean Theorem. All right, I have triangle here, A, B, C, and before I begin, let's start out and go over some vocabulary. First vocabulary I want to talk about are legs and hypotenuse. So we need to be able to identify where the legs are on a right triangle and where the hypotenuse is. Okay, so the legs are the sides that form the right angle. So right here is my right angle, or my 90-degree angle. So that would make this leg side number 1, and this would be leg number 2. Because these are the two sides that form that right angle. Opposite that right angle, all right, that third side is called the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse. Okay? It is referred to as the longest side in a right triangle. So we have leg 1, we have leg 2, and we have the hypotenuse. So if I wanted to look at this, I would say that BC, segment BC, is leg number 1. Segment AC, line segment, is leg number 2. And AB, line segment, is the hypotenuse. All right. It's important that I identify the legs and the hypotenuse, especially when I start to use the Pythagorean theorem like I'm about to do. Okay. So what the Pythagorean theorem says is the following. It says if I take my leg number 1 and I find the square root of that and I add that to the leg number 2 square root, so I'm going to take leg number 2 and I'm going to square it, I'm going to get the hypotenuse squared. All right? Or we might use sometimes to identify the sides, we might say this is like side A, this is side B, and then the hypotenuse would be side C. Okay? So I might say that A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. All right? So the Pythagorean theorem states that if I take A squared, I take this side length and I square it, and I add it to this side length and square it, I will get the total of this side length squared.